Dudes, if this is your boy Chase, we're going to talk to you guys about Boruto Naruto Next Generation, Season 1, Episode 13, the Demon Beast Appears. Now, we finally got confirmation. I know I'm a little late on doing this review. I think I'm about a good week and two and a half of doing this review, but I'm still going to do it because I enjoyed it. Anyway, we finally get confirmation as to who's been behind the ghost incidents. It's been none other than the class rep. And the reason for it is because her father was a known rogue ninja of the Foundation, before he died. He put basically, manifested this this seal into his daughter, so then she could be the heir of his manifesto and pretty much get revenge for him on the Hidden Leaf Village. So pretty much this is what she was. Even she told Boruto and Mitsuki, "This is what I was born for. I was born for revenge. This is what I've been here to do." And so you see Mitsuki try to convince Boruto that, yo, listen, it's the class for it, bruh. It's not anyone else but her. Have you ever noticed that whenever the incidents start to happen, she's been missing, and it's all been in contact with the person that she's going to infect with the ghost chakra, and things of that nature. So absorbing the person's chakra. She's been within the vicinity. So it all makes sense. So then pretty much, Mitsuki, pretty much gets orders from the little tiny snake up in his clothes, telling him, what, you gotta exterminate the class rep, bruh. So those are your orders. Now go do them. So he goes to go kill the class rep. Of course Boruto's totally against it. So he goes to stop the two of them. And when they clash for the second time, after Boruto sees the class rep for who she is and her reasoning, he tries to stop them after the second blow, to which a flurry of lightning comes out of his eye where he has the dojutsu at, right? And so then that's when Nu was already letting loose on the village a little bit. Kakashi and Sai and Shikamaru all had their hands tangled. And that's when Naruto shows up. He's getting ready to finish off in one move, but then Kakashi advises him not to do it because it absorbs chakra, and him going into Nine Tails mode would definitely make Nu freaking impossible to beat, right? And so then with that being said, the class rep decides, what, fine, take my chakra, because he needs a little bit more chakra to manifest completely. So opens up a vortex, Boruto goes after her, and things of that nature. Right now I'm actually watching that episode, so I'll get back with you guys when I can. Hey, what up, y'all? I'm back. So basically, in episode 14, the path that only path that Boruto can see, we learn that the class rep, after a big battle with Nu and Mitsuki versus Boruto, the class rep appears and says Nu is the child that's going to actually wreak revenge on the Leaf Village because that's what her father wanted. Boruto's trying to reason with her, telling her, like, listen, that's not your problem. This is not your war. This is not your mentality. This is your parents, basically. And she said, what, maybe you're right. But then again, Tsurime has never existed. She's lived her whole life in hiding. Her mother, she says the only tranquility she ever had and received was when her mother brushed her hair. And her father worked tirelessly for the Hidden Leaf Village when it came to the war. And after the Great War ended, he was treated like a criminal because he was from the Foundation. This was a little bit before, I think just a little bit before Sai was finally sworn in as one of the good ninjas of the Leaf Village. So I think that's pretty much a good timeline for to represent Tsurime's father's demise. So after her mother fell ill from all the anxiety and fear and died, that's when her father bitterly created and began his plan for revenge against the Hidden Leaf Village. Which makes a lot of sense. I mean, the woman of your love, the love of your life just died. Now you have to raise his child. You still overcome with bitterness. Here you are, you're gonna have to wreak havoc on the very village that betrayed you and treated you like a criminal in order to suffice for the pain that you're going through. I'll get back with you guys. That was the last part. Guys, I just finished watching episode 14. The path only Boruto can see, and we learned a little bit more about Tsurime. Pretty much Boruto was able to literally shatter the curse mark into pieces after talking to Tsurime and letting her realize that, listen, your face is easy to read. When you were with us back in the class, and everyone was injured, you let it be known, and you really showed the fact that you had a heart, pretty much. You really cared about us, time and time again. So I know your father's path of vengeance is not really you. It's not in you to do. So he was able to talk her out of it pretty much. Basically being the voice of reason and the mediator, just like Naruto. No surprise there. But they Nia is always going to be connected to Tsurime via her left hand, right in the center of her palm, even though it's very faint. When Sai was able to say, listen, I walked this very similar path as you did at one point. Let me go talk to you. So that's what happened. And judging by the scenes for next week's A New Path, episode 15, she's possibly going to be transferred because it was Boruto's father looked into the investigation, in different files of different academies. So she may be getting transferred, to which no one else wants to let Boruto know that because it may start some trouble. But this is your Watch Experience. You guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment what you guys think about the video. I'm sorry for the late replies and sorry for the late reviews, but this is the situation I'm in. At least I was able to do this for you guys.